and welcome to another exclusive interview here on 1700. You are with your hosts Vic and Nick, and today we have three very special guests in our virtual studio. Straight from the eclectic and vibrant Melbourne-based band Creature Fear are Cam, Jackie and Jason. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
Absolute pleasure. So great to have you in our virtual studio here today. And look, how have you guys been going amidst the very strange circumstances that we currently find ourselves in?
I think we've been making the most of it. We've definitely been still trying to write and, passing ideas between us online and all of that stuff, and still trying to record as much as we can, even if it's just like one person in a room separate, and then we send it to everybody, and then like if we have to do it that way, like we have been doing a good job, I feel like, of keeping productive.
Agreed. We've been lucky too. We're working on our EP at the moment, so we've been able to still get in the studio here and there, not all together, but we've been able to keep focused on that, which has been nice.
It's nice to still feel like we have a sense of purpose. So just knowing that we have an EP that has to come out has been really good, because we're like, we still have to get that done. It's been very helpful.
Yeah, for sure. And it's great that you guys have found time to make everything work as well and being productive, even though you can't be in the studio together. And since we are only speaking to three of you, can you tell us a bit more about your group as a whole?
Yeah, so we're the five of us. We've got Lani on drums and Jack on bass, who can't be here. But yeah, because of what's been going on, everyone's just it was nice to have just sort of focus on ourselves and have a little break from the band, but we sort of got over that pretty quick, I think. And yeah, this has been going on for a while now. We're all just itching to play and get back together. And we've just had, as of last week, our first full practice together, which is nice.
Oh, it was so fun.
Yeah.
Normally at rehearsal, we're all like, but we had the rehearsal last week, and we all left so jazzed and so excited. Like, oh my God, it was
Usually
so fun.
at least one or two of us get really grumpy, but that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So super nice.
No, we had a great time.
Yeah.
That probably doesn't really tell much about the band.
That's
but,
true. You take it.
I don't know. Sorry if that didn't answer your question.
No, that is okay. It's so good to hear that you guys have, been able to get back into the studio and, just have that fun, because it obviously has been difficult, being able to do things that we're used to with restrictions being imposed all around the state and the nation. So it's really good to hear that when you guys get together, it's a lot of fun, and you can obviously get back to what you're good at, and that's creating amazing music. Speaking of your music, before we get into some of your hits and your specific events that you've been a part of, I think it's quite fair to say that the music that's coming from Creature Fear is really unique. And I found this on your Triple J bio, that you kind of mix 60s garage rock with modern atmospherics. I think that's such a cool mix. How have you found it combining these two very different but almost kind of diverging music styles in the production of your songs?
I think we're all pretty influenced by different sort of stuff. So I've got my head pretty much exclusively in the 50s, 60s, 70s sort of thing. But I feel like the rest aren't as much.
Yeah,
probably not.
We definitely, I think, particularly Jack, Jason, and I probably direct the songs more in that kind of modern atmospheric direction a lot of the time. That's probably our influence coming through. So Cameron will have the bones of a great song, and it'll be pretty much done. And I think the pieces that we add is what really organically gives it that sound, without it being let's go for this and this and this genre and try and put them together and see what happens. It's all a very organic process, so it doesn't really feel like we're trying to do that. It's just kind of what happens.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. And there's clearly a lot of talent there and so many ideas. And since there are five of you, do you find it difficult to kind of put everyone's input into one track, or is it a bit of a process?
I feel like we've gotten good at just sort of, it just feels really natural.
Songs have been coming together really quickly lately, especially in our last rehearsal. We just smashed them all out.
It doesn't always go that way though. Sometimes there's huge discussion and huge push and pull, and someone wants it to sound like this and someone wants it to sound like that, and there's definitely a lot of that.
And we can spend a month working on one song, really pushing it, and then all of a sudden another week just a new one comes and it's clearly better because it just came together so easily. which is like really frustrating, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
We've totally had that like a month or so on a song. We're like, no, we're getting close. The direction's getting there, and then one rehearsal on one song, and then we never hear of that other song that we spent so much time on ever again. It's like
And
the
we
back
all,
of the pile.
yeah, we all have different favorites, which is good, but it definitely, yeah, you can see like in song to song, people are vibing it more than others, which is good because it just means that the strongest song, I guess, wins. Yeah.
I think that's really awesome. And it's almost kind of spontaneous. So you kind of, all your different kind of interests and different styles of music, they all kind of come together in this one really cool combination. So I think that's really awesome to kind of watch and, keep an eye on. Speaking of some of your singles, obviously your latest release was Barely Alive. How did that go? How did the release go? And do we have some more exciting content on its way?
Yeah, so Barely Alive was our first single off our, I guess, upcoming debut EP. And yeah, it was awesome to put that one out. That's a song that we find really goes off live, and we have a lot of fun sort of getting silly with it. And it's the first time we recorded with Sam Swain, who is great and really fun. And I feel like the song's really reflective of how it is live, and it's just got a good punchy energy. And yeah,
it's really reflective of our personalities as well. I think that's what I love about it the most. It's the one clearest like live and in the recording, where it's like I feel like it shows the perfect mix of like our sense of humor as well as our sensitivities and our insecurities. I feel like everything is in that song, which is why I love it. And so I'm really proud of that one, that we got it out, and looking forward to what's coming up as well.
Yeah. And yeah, we're releasing our next single next month, the end of July, 31st of July. So that is exciting.
We're going to pass the question over to Jess.
Yeah, that's it.
That is super exciting. Can you give us a bit of like a deal on it, about what it's about or anything like that?
Yeah, it's sort of, it's called Little Fishes, and it's another sort of, I guess, sort of dark-ish subject matter wrapped up in a not dark way. And it's, it's just another sort of banger live. And I feel like this recording was really interesting because I feel like it's sort of pretty different to what we've done before. We've always been like with that whole 60s thing, like very plug in and go, but this time we got out, the synths, got out, not that they're like forefront, but it just a slightly different.
It was
tone.
new for us.
Yeah, new for us. Ooh. Keyboard.
This is.
And yeah, it's a fun one again because Jackie and I each have our own parts in it, and Lani really gets to show off her drumming skills, which is awesome. She sounds huge. And I'm really excited for that one to come out. I feel like in contrast to Barely Live, it's, for better or worse, I feel like it's a more sort of current, modern sounding thing. It's a bit less of a throwback and more trendy fear.
New band name.
Yeah, definitely. Well, as you said there, Jackie, the Australian music industry, it's been so heavily impacted by the current pandemic. As part of the arts industry, how do you see the music industry bouncing back in the next months, in the next year? Do you think it will make, as strong a comeback as it always has? How do you think it will kind of come back stronger than ever?
I think artists are resilient, and I think we'll come back definitely in a very, very big way. But I do think with everything that's happened, the emphasis will definitely be more on local. I think we'll see a lot more, as we open up, I guess, I think the travel bans and the travel restrictions are probably going to limit a lot of international acts from coming in, which is a shame. But I also think it's going to be a great opportunity to really focus on what we've got in our own backyard, which I think is going to be really, really positive and might give a few people an opportunity they might not have had. But I think we're going to come back. I think the whole industry is going to bounce back and get stronger and stronger. It might not be quite where it was, but I don't think it'll take too long before it's back to how it was.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, everyone loves music, so I'm sure people will be supporting local acts, and when the time comes, international as well. But like you said, it's such a great opportunity for us to kind of hone in more on our local talent and show them a bit of love, especially now. But before we leave you guys as well, could you please tell us, on all of our viewers and listeners, where they can find more of your music and just more about you guys?
Take it, Jace.
Oh, everything. Spotify. I like to use Google Play Music myself, but I don't know about other people. Spotify, Apple Music. We've got YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, pretty much everything.
What's our Insta handle?
Creature Fear
I should know
Band.
that.
Creature Fear Band, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Creature Fear Band, all one word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we
Yeah.
verified on Instagram yet? We are.
No, on Facebook we are.
Oh yeah, we just got verified on Facebook, so we're pretty jazzed about that. That's pretty. We're like, yeah, we're real. We're validated. Yeah. So on all the social media,
We've got lots of music videos out on YouTube and Facebook and that. So
Yeah.
check them out. We're pretty proud of those.
yeah, do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, there's plenty of places that we can find you, and we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on your ventures kind of into the next month. Obviously, the 16th of July at the Drive-In, and then the 31st of July for your next single, which we are super pumped for. But look, thank you so much, Cam, Jackie, and Jason for joining us today. As you say, as we know, the circumstances are very strange. We're not in our usual studio conducting this interview, but we really appreciate you being able to join us virtually, discuss your music journey and what we can definitely look forward to in the future.
Yeah, and we really appreciate you guys still making the effort and doing all of this. That's all a part of it,
For sure.
That's all part of keeping the industry going, is people like you who are still willing to go out there and work from home and interview and put stuff together and go the extra mile. So thank you.
Agreed.
Our
Thanks.
pleasure.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.